Let's dive into fitness truth. What most online coaches will never tell you. Alright, so first things first. Let me ask you a question. What do you think of when you hear fitness influencer? Big muscles, six-pack abs, perfectly sculpted bodies, right? Well, hold on, because here's a reality check. The fitness industry is full of folks who prioritize looks over everything else. And here's the kicker. They often end up selling advice that benefits nobody but themselves. Yep, you heard that right. Some of these so-called experts are peddling tips that might make them look good, but leave you feeling more confused and demotivated than ever. I'm not saying everyone with a great physique is out to scam you. There are plenty of folks who have both brains and brawn. But let's face it, there's also a whole bunch of fake gurus out there. They've got their perfectly filtered pics and videos, making you believe that reaching their level of shreddedness is not only possible, but also super easy. What they won't tell you is that getting that lean might take months, maybe even years of consistent work. They won't mention the countless hours spent in the gym, the strict diet plans, or the times they've said no to pizza parties and ice cream runs. No, instead they'll sell you some magical solution that promises you overnight results without the hard work. Maybe it's a specific supplement that's guaranteed to melt away your belly fat. Or perhaps it's a workout routine that claims to sculpt your dream body in just 4 weeks. Trust me, I've seen it all before. And while it's tempting to fall for these quick fix promises, remember there's no substitute for dedication and elbow grease. Building a healthier, stronger you doesn't happen overnight. It's a journey that requires patience, consistency, and a good dose of reality. Next up, we've got another big one. Stop doing cardio. Yeah, you heard that right. Some folks in the fitness world will tell you that cardio is the devil, and you should ditch it ASAP if you want to get jacked.
Honestly, I'm not sure where they came up with that one.
Look, cardio isn't just good for your heart. It's a fantastic way to burn calories and improve your overall health. Whether it's jogging, cycling, swimming, or dancing, cardio should be part of everyone's routine. In fact, for many folks, cutting cardio completely is actually a mistake. It can lead to muscle loss, weakness, and a whole host of other issues. At the bottom line, don't believe the hype. Cardio isn't the enemy. It's a valuable tool on your journey to better health. And last but certainly not least, we've got a doozy. Your body type is why you're not losing weight. Now, I don't know who needs to hear this, but this claim is not only misleading, it's downright wrong. Here's the deal. While body type can play a small role in weight loss, it's by no means the deciding factor. Folks with certain body types like mesomorphs and endomorphs might find it a bit easier to gain muscle and lose weight compared to ectomorphs. But let me be clear, it's not impossible for anyone to achieve their weight loss goals, regardless of their body type. What really matters is how much you weigh, how active you are, and whether or not you're eating smart. By focusing on these factors, you'll be able to develop a plan that helps you reach your goals no matter what your body type is. So remember, don't let anyone tell you that your body type is holding you back. With the right mindset and approach, you can achieve your weight loss goals. Look, in the sea of fitness advice online, it's crucial to keep a sharp eye out for the warning signs. From body type BS to cardio conspiracies and miracle cures that promise too much, it's important to know what might be leading you astray. But remember, knowledge is power. The more you understand about your own body and how it responds to different types of training and nutrition, the better equipped you'll be to spot red flags and make informed choices. So keep learning, keep questioning, and most importantly, keep pushing towards a healthier, happier you. Till next time. Hey guys, in part 1 we talked about how to set realistic expectations for your training and nutrition. Now in part 2, we're going to do the same thing for your progress. See, the fitness industry, ESNT, just full of people trying to help. It's also packed with folks trying to sell you shortcuts, supplements, custom plans, metabolic boosters, fat-melting herbs. And Dan T, forget the magic testosterone hacks made from random stuff in your pantry. And it's not just random influencers on TikTok. We're talking about massive marketing machines that push this stuff hard. Why? Because simple truths like train consistently, eat well, sleep more, don't exactly sell like hotcakes. That's why we get bombarded with messages like, find your body type to finally lose fat. cardio is killing your gains. Stop immediately and boost testosterone just by eating oysters and garlic. Sounds scientific, right? Until you realize most of it is either completely outdated, cherry-picked from low-quality studies, or straight up made up. And let us be honest, some of it just sounds smart because it uses big words and confident delivery. But here's the kicker, this stuff sticks. When you hear something repeated enough, especially when it's attached to a shiny body and high-energy pitch, you start to wonder if maybe you re the one missing something. That's why understanding the context behind these claims is so important. Because once you pull back the curtain, you start to see the same recycled gimmicks over and over again, just with new lighting and a better camera. So in the next section, we're going to break down the actual science behind these topics. No fluff, no filter, just straight facts and practical explanations. We'll talk body types, cardio myths, natural hormone boosters, and more. Because if you're serious about making progress, you deserve to know what's real and what's just a well-packaged funnel trying to drain your wallet. Let's first look at the body type claims. The idea is that you have a specific body type that dictates how you store fat and how easy or hard it is for you to lose it. This supposedly determines which diet and exercise strategies will work best for you. But here's the problem. This whole concept is based on a flawed understanding of basic biology. First off, the idea of distinct body types is outdated. Back in the 1940s, researchers grouped people into categories like round apple or inverted triangle, based on where they gained weight and the size of their bones and muscles. But modern science recognizes that these are just normal variations in body shape and size. There's nothing apple or pear about it. It's just how bodies are built differently and store fat. In fact, the only consistent thing across all these body types is that they all contain about the same amount of essential fat. The rest is just extra fat that varies depending on your overall energy balance, which is a combination of your diet and activity levels. So if you've heard that you should eat a certain way because it suits your body type, forget it. What matters more are your personal preferences and what you can stick to long term. And there are no perfect diets. Some might work better than others, but the best one is the one that you can actually follow. Next, let's address the cardio myth. Many fitness influencers claim that cardio is a waste of time and even harmful for those trying to build muscle strength and size. They argue that it interferes with your body's ability to build muscle and recover. But here's the issue. Those claims are based on flawed logic and misunderstandings of physiology. Sure, doing a ton of cardio can affect your performance in the gym and potentially interfere with muscle growth if you're a complete beginner. But that doesn't mean cardio is bad or has no benefits. For most people, including those who want to build muscle, cardio actually helps recovery by improving blood flow. Plus, many cardio exercises require little equipment and can be done anywhere. It's making them an accessible and healthy part of a well-rounded routine. In fact, people who engage in regular cardio tend to have lower resting heart rates, which is a sign of overall cardiovascular health and longevity. Lastly, let's talk about the natural hormone boosters, testosterone enhancers, etc. These can range from herbal supplements to bizarre food combinations promising to increase testosterone levels without any side effects. But here's the reality. While it's true that factors like stress, sleep, nutrition, and exercise significantly impact testosterone, there is no magic pill or potion to naturally boost it without any side effects. If there were, every man on earth would be taking it. Claims that certain foods or supplements can drastically increase testosterone are either based on very low-quality studies or are entirely fabricated. To put things in perspective, testosterone replacement therapy, which involves taking medical-grade testosterone supplements, comes with potential side effects like mood swings, acne, hair loss, and an increased risk of cardiovascular issues. So if someone's claiming that a natural remedy can increase your testosterone as much as actual testosterone replacement therapy, it's almost certainly false. If you found this helpful, please share it with a friend. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video. I feel like I should warn you guys. You ever hear someone say something so many times it starts to sound true, but it's actually not? Yeah, those kinds of claims. We're gonna bust them today because we're breaking down the top 3 data-driven fitness myths. And let's start with the first one, body types. Ectomorph, mesomorph, endomorph. Sounds technical, right? Except it's not. This whole body type, classification system is based on a theory from the 1940s that has been completely debunked by modern exercise science. Your shape and build, sure they vary, but calling someone an endomorph and saying that's why they can't lose weight, that's not science. It's lazy marketing. What really determines your progress is how you train, how you eat, and how consistent you are. Genetics matter, of course, but no body type quiz is going to rewrite your biology. In reality, most people just need a training plan that fits their goals, not their horoscope in gym form. Up next, we have the cardio is bad myth. Look, no one's saying you have to run marathons. But this idea that steady-state cardio is useless or even harmful? Like straight nonsense. The American College of Sports Medicine, the CDC, and Janot, basically every legit fitness researcher agrees. Cardio has massive benefits for heart health, recovery, endurance, and yes, even fat loss. Is it the only way to get lean? No, but calling it evil? That's just clickbait with abs. And then there's HIIT, high-intensity interval training. It's effective, sure, it saves time, but it's not a magic bullet. The afterburn effect you've probably heard about, where you supposedly burn calories for hours after your workout? Yeah, that's been blown out of proportion for years. The real number of extra calories burned? Minimal, like eat one cookie on Didscon level, minimal. And finally, testosterone boosters. Here's the deal. If you're sleeping well, training regularly, and eating enough, your televals are probably just fine. Garlic, oysters, and honey won't hurt you, but they're not turning you into a Greek god either. Real changes in testosterone require either major lifestyle upgrades or medical intervention, not pantry raids. So when someone promises big results from a few magic foods or some mystery hack, you've got to ask, is this based on real evidence or just real good marketing? Well, here's the thing. Making stuff up is easy. Building an actual career on shaky science is harder, but with so much misinformation out there. How do you tell the difference between a well-meaning but misguided gym bro and a full-on science-based organization? Well, that's where our sponsor, Brilliant, comes in. They offer thousands of lessons from foundational and advanced math to AI logic and more. Plus, their science courses dig deep into the why behind the what, so you can truly understand the world around you. Take, for example, their everyday math course. It's not about memorizing formulas, but about problem solving and critical thinking. Whether you retrying to nail that perfect protein shake recipe or figure out if that multivitamin is actually worth the cost, everyday math is essential. And with Brilliant, you learn by doing, not just reading. Their interactive modules make learning engaging and effective. They take complex topics and break them down into bite-sized chunks, making learning feel achievable. They don't just teach you the what, teach you the why, so you can truly understand and apply what you've learned. And with a new Brilliant course on quantum computing, you can now explore the amazing world of quantum mechanics. Their courses can help anyone curious about the world around them to become a lifelong learner. Learning doesn't have to be hard or intimidating. It can be fun, engaging, and even exciting. And with Brilliant, it is. So if you want to learn more, visit the link in the description below. The first 200 of you will get 20% off their annual premium subscription. Don't miss out. There's this idea floating around that if you knew just one magic trick, you could skip all the hard work and get the body you want. Like a genie in a bottle, except instead of a genie, it's some TikTok influencer, and instead of a bottle, it's their latest ebook. So let's pull the wool back and take a peek behind the curtain. You might be surprised at what doesn't work. In the end, this knowledge is power. It's understanding that real change isn't about a single light bulb moment or buying into the next best thing. It's about consistent effort over time. Let me tell you a story. I'll call him Jake. Jake's been trying to lose weight for months, and he's been told repeatedly that his endomorph body type is the problem. He's taken quizzes, bought plans tailored to that label, and cut out half the foods he used to eat. But here's the thing. Jake's progress only started moving when he stopped worrying about body type and started tracking his calories, increasing his daily steps, and lifting weights 3 to 4 times a week. Body type didn't matter. What worked was dialing in the basics, consistently. Next up, let's meet Samantha. She was told to ditch steady-state cardio completely and go ELIN on HIIT short. Intense circuits that were supposed to burn more fat and boost her metabolism for hours. And yeah, it felt intense. For about 2 weeks. Then her knees started aching, her energy tanked, and she dreaded every workout. When she switched to a mix of walking, biking, and resistance training, all at a moderate pace, her energy came back, and so did her results. HIIT has its place, but it's not some one-size-fits-all miracle. Now let's bring Rob into the equation. He heard somewhere online that his low energy and slow gains were from low testosterone. So he stocked up on garlic supplements and oysters, and those sketchy booster pills you see in banner ads. Months went by. No change. After finally getting a blood test, he found out his T levels were normal. The real issue is poor sleep, inconsistent workouts, and a garbage diet. Once Rob cleaned up his habits, everything else started clicking. No special herbs required. These examples all point to the same truth. There are no magic protocols, no shortcuts, and definitely no universal rules based on how your body looks or what some influencer tells you in a 60-second reel. Results come from the boring stuff done well, training consistently, being smart, recovering properly, and knowing how to separate facts from fitness fiction. And separating facts from fiction starts with understanding basic biology. All our bodies, regardless of shape or size, work on the same principles. We have the same muscle fibers, the same hormones, and the same need for a balanced diet and rest. So when someone tries to sell you a program based on outdated ideas or labels, remember this. Progress isn't one size fits all. What works for one person may not work for another, even if they look identical. Let's talk about body types. Back in the day, trainers used to categorize people into 3: ectomorph, mesomorph, and endomorph. Ectomorphs were lean and hard to bulk up. Mesomorphs were the lucky ones, naturally muscular and athletic. And endomorphs were the soft and round ones who supposedly gained muscle easily, but also got really, really fat. These categories oversimplified people into their body shapes and gave bad advice, like telling an endomorph to bulk up when their body was actually asking for more cardio. Today, we know these categories don't predict how your body will respond to training or dieting. People can gain muscle no matter their build and lose fat regardless of what they look like. What about male and female body types? There aren't any. There's what you're born with, what you train, and what you eat. Sure, there are average differences between men and women in terms of muscle mass and body fat percentage, but these differences are huge. Overlaps exist, and individuals vary wildly. For example, some women will naturally build more muscle because they have more muscle mass, train with heavier weights, and eat a lot of protein. On the flip side, some men will carry more body fat because they're less active, stress, eat, and have a desk job. In both cases, their body type doesn't define them, or actions do. Bottom line, no one should tell you that your body type makes it impossible to achieve a goal. Yes, it may make certain paths more challenging, but it doesn't mean you won't succeed. If you're tired of being labeled, stop letting others box you in. Your genetics are your starting point, not your finish line. It's about building a life that includes consistent exercise, sensible nutrition, and adequate rest. Oh, and don't forget about stress management. It affects everything. Just look at Jake, Samantha, and Rob. They found success when they stopped chasing quick fixes and started focusing on the fundamentals. It's not sexy, it's not flashy, but it works. And that's why. So let's sum up everything we've covered so far. First off, the foundation is built on 3 primary pillars: training, nutrition, and recovery. And these aren't independent concepts. They all work together. You can't out-crunch a shit diet. You also can't lift heavy weights without proper recovery, nor can you recover properly if you're constantly overtraining. It's a cycle. Then there's consistency. To build the physique of your dreams, you have to follow your plan almost religiously. If you miss a day here or there, no big deal. But if you constantly tweaking your plan based on some new study or magic pill that some influencer is selling, you'll never stick to it long enough to see results. So pick a plan and stick to it. Next, let's talk about training specifically, because there are some major misconceptions out there. For example, you don't need a million different exercises to get really lean and strong. In fact, you probably won't even use most of the exercises you currently have in your routine. So find a handful of exercises that you enjoy, that hit all the major muscle groups, and stick to those. Then focus on progressively overloading those exercises over time. You want to worry too much about what everyone else is doing, or some random study that found a 2% improvement in bicep curls by adding a pink weight to the bar. Focus on what's actually important. Next, cardio. The term itself evokes images of slow, torturous hours spent on a treadmill watching your life pass you by. But it doesn't have to be that way. Cardio can be short, it can be fun, and it shouldn't be feared. In fact, it's an essential part of reaching your goals. Whether those goals include getting leaner, performing better in sports, or simply living a healthier life. Just remember that there's no single best type of cardio. Find something you enjoy and do it regularly. Oh, and one more thing. Steady-state cardio does not equal fat burning. There's a lot more nuance to it than that. Now let's move on to nutrition. Don't need a million different supplements to reach your goals. In fact, you probably already have everything you need at home in your kitchen. So stop wasting money on expensive pee and poop enhancers and start eating real food. When I say real food, I mean whole, single-ingredient foods like chicken, beef, fruit, and vegetables. These should make up the majority of your diet. Now, that's not to say that there's no room for treats, but those should definitely be in moderation. And honestly, you should consider a treat to be anything that's not a vegetable. That way, you can still enjoy your favorite foods without feeling deprived. Also, don't fall victim to the latest diet trends. Keto, carnivore, vegan, paleo, gluten-free, they're all fine as long as you follow them properly. But the vast majority of people don't know how to follow any of these diets correctly. So if you're one of them, you'd be better off sticking to the basics. Last but not least, recovery. Get enough sleep, manage your stress levels, and take care of your body. This isn't a given, especially in today's world. We all lead busy lives. We're constantly bombarded with notifications, and we have more access to fast food than ever before. That's exactly why recovery is so important. It's where all the gains are made. So prioritize recovery and watch your body transform while you sleep. So there you have it. Everything you need to succeed boils down to two basic concepts. Understand and apply the science. Keep things simple and be patient. Sounds easy, but it takes a lot of discipline and dedication to reach your goals. Remember, progress, not perfection. Stay consistent and you will succeed. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to smash that like button and hit us up in the comments with your questions. And if you're looking for a done-for-you plan that includes a customizable diet and workout, program, a recipe book, and a coach to guide you through the whole process, then head on over to our site where we offer a free consultation. Our team will assess your needs, preferences, and goals and match you with a program that fits you best. With programs starting at only $49, it's a no-brainer. So what are you waiting for? Take the first step towards a better, stronger you and sign up today. Until next time.